Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching MTZWBY with you. Sorry about the upload today. It seems like the first half of the podcast was fine, but the second half got cut off for some reason in the export, and I did not notice it before publishing it. So that being said, this is the second half of the podcast, starting with our Pokemon segment. If you didn't catch the first half, I'll link that in the comment section as well. Hopefully you have yourself a great day and enjoy the show. Listen, what's Chilling Reign at?
Oh, it's $1 billion. How come how come Battle Styles is so hated?
Not gonna lie to you. You're gonna hate me, George.
Yep.
I bought Battle Styles this week.
Right for me?
No, I bought it from my rep.
Yeah, me too. They still have it. I mean, Killing Reigns is only 110. That's not cool.
Yeah,
oh my god, no, it's 130 with shipping.
What? Chilling Reign's $130?
This is so stupid.
I think I have some of that.
This is so stupid.
I think I'm at
so stupid.
I think I'm at 115 in store.
It was $92 at the end of October.
Because the demand for Pokemon is massive. It's so incredibly larger than any other
So
game
now let's talk about why
ever
Pokemon says the prices are high versus what Louis says the prices are high.
Okay.
Pokemon said the prices are high because they had shipping delays and shipping problems, so they haven't been able to produce the number of booster boxes they traditionally do, and they're rectifying it and reprinting sets right now. So either Pokemon is right from their own PR, or Louis is right about what Pokemon really meant to say. I'll leave it up to you to figure out which one's which.
Can we talk about how great Pokemon is at PR too? Like a great, like a
1
That was
million
a white screen on your phone, by the way, just so you know. Can we talk about how great they are at PR?
1 million %. Every game should be like, listen, I don't go to sleep dreaming of Pikachu like Louis does. I'm assuming he wants Pikachu in a hot tub, but I am in love with their reprint policy and always have been.
I actually think that's horrible. I think that they should not put it on a website publicly for everybody to see, and instead they should be like all the other TCGs, the newer TCGs that just have Discord servers and no website. And
I'm in.
Like it's like a public thing for anybody to share a link. Yeah, it's like great. Like that was sarcasm, everyone, by the way. For the comment section, who's like, Louis, that's a terrible idea. Like, it was sarcasm. Like they come out, they say there's been supply issues. We are reprinting everything. Expect the next set they even touch on like the new Pokemon expansions. We are maximizing production to increase product availability upon release. Did you guys see the screen? Did I send you guys that screenshot? This was from 36.2. So it's either 26 or 36. It's hard to see the YouTuber. He's blocking it. It's either 36.26 or 26.26.
What is this?
Million cards printed per day.
George, this is my favorite part of the podcast where both of you are on your phones.
I was showing you something.
Just sit here.
A lot of cards a day.
That's a lot. That's a lot of.
I like how you're like, it's not a bubble.
Dude.
Look how much they print.
It's not like what
in my head, Louis. Just so you know, in my head, you talked about how they're ramping up product production. Everything else is tanking, and in my mind, I'm like, this could be an inflection point where we look back and said they printed too much. That maybe it's not, but this could be an inflection point where we go. Maybe a little
I'm sure the latest set will always be $130+ in skyrocketing.
Listen, Louis, I could off the top of my head name a couple TCGs where if they made this announcement right now, you would be pretty upset.
Because those TCGs don't have the demand.
Okay, Louis, on December 6th, the boxes for Killing Reigns were $105.
Right.
That to me is a very good and healthy price for a most recent box. $130 is comical. That? $130.
What set is $130?
Killing Reign.
Chilling Reign's like a year and a half old, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like but it's like they're still in print.
But it's not even like a recent set, and it's probably getting ready to rotate out of standard.
No, they're gonna reprint Killing Reigns. I'll guarantee it.
Why would they?
They just said they're gonna reprint everything.
I won't guarantee it. I would bet they reprint Killing Reigns.
They need to reprint Brilliant Stars before that. Brilliant Stars is a much better example. It's in. It's going to be in standard.
Silver Tempest is one, Louis.
Silver Tempest is GOAT, and you told me not to order anymore.
Silver Tempest had a dip to $76 in November.
I'm so all in on Silver Tempest.
Silver Tempest was $104, like literally before Christmas.
See you all on Mars.
So my point with Pokemon has always been that the demand is so incredibly wide. You've got 30-year-olds who are playing the game and are spiking tournaments and whatever. Listen, like just because your store doesn't have it doesn't mean it doesn't exist.
Yeah, Pokemon is known for their immense amount of players.
We've talked about George's store being an interesting thought experiment. I am far more interested in your store. What?
Two tournaments fire. Pokemon tournaments and cryptic tournaments.
You've got
Nothing else
no
fires.
You've got no Magic players.
Summit. We have Magic players.
You've got no
They just
Magic
play
players.
Commander. They just
You've
play
got
Commander.
every Pokemon player in the state.
Oh, and Warhammer.
Yeah, you got Warhammer.
3 things all in my store, Josh. Warhammer, cryptic, Pokemon.
You got esports coming soon.
Yeah, great business model.
That's where your Magic players will be. They'll all be on Arena.
Yeah,
They'll all be on Arena at the
They will
computers.
not be playing Arena in my store. That will not be. Ramsey, we're not doing Arena in the store.
Oh God, you didn't talk about this with Ramsey, did you? No.
I just did right there.
They're all going to be in there playing for free and saying, "Hey, we should play each other and make a little tournament." Louis is going to be over there just in the corner.
Listen, 95% of people who engage in Pokemon, 98% of people who engage in Pokemon don't play the game. I get that, but there's still a large group of people who play Pokemon. But that 2% is large when you look at the holistic approach of how many people are engaged in Pokemon. It's the number 1 or number 2 IP in the world, depending on what you look at with Disney. Like if you take
Lorcana, I'm back.
If you take Disney as
I'm in.
a whole,
Lorcana. Somebody said Lorcana. I'm back in.
if you take Disney as a whole, it is bigger than Pokemon. But if you break down Disney into any individual entity, it is smaller than Pokemon IP.
But what if Disney IP was to combine all of those entities under one
what if,
incredible
I don't even
TCG
know.
to be released later?
We've talked about this on the podcast. We've fact checked this on the podcast. I've been right about this every time. At some point, you will catch on to that the Pokemon market is so massive that, a reprint could drop the price in a short amount of time. But just like you saw with Chilling Reign that went down to $80 a box and now it's back up to $130, the market absorbs things because people like the cards and people like the game and people like collecting.
Dude, you're bringing some heat and some passion. I'm here for it. When do we get Kitchen Table 3.0? I'm changing my channel. I'm all about Pokemon.
Wait, how will you hate this though? Like every game you have to cover, you have to hate. How will you hate? How will you turn to hating this?
When my daughter is like 8, 9, we're gonna do a YouTube channel together. That's gonna be us enjoying going through Pokemon. And it's gonna go back and forth. It's gonna be like one day it'll be like us enjoying Pokemon from my childhood, and then the next day it'll be like us enjoying Pokemon from her childhood, like her teaching me about the new Pokemon and me teaching her about the old Pokemon.
There's only 151 Pokemon. You can never convince me.
I totally agree. Agree.
That's why I stopped playing Pokemon Go when they expanded. I'm out.
Like probably my number 1 goal in my parenting is that at some point me and my daughter are trading Pokemon from Pokemon Red to Pokemon Blue, like back and forth. Like
with the cord in the Game Boy?
With the cord. I have it. I have all that still from when I was a kid. I have my that's like the ultimate goal of my life, probably. So
you could achieve that now.
No,
you should go chase some of your goals, dude.
I believe in you.
So
you could go make that happen.
I think the Pokemon reprint is great. I particularly need some more Brilliant Stars in my store. And Evolving Skies at $275 is hard to sell to customers. Like
the other thing I like that they do is they get very creative with how they reprint some things, and I do like that a lot. So like there was a reprint of Evolving sleeved boosters
and ETBs.
Yeah, and like I think that's brilliant. Like, oh, look at that, brilliant. I think that's really, really smart because it does keep the box prices high for collectors, but it lets the singles prices come down for people who just want to collect the cards.
Not really on the high end cards, but like the lower end.
I don't think that's true. Like, I mean, listen, like Moonbreon won't be $1 billion when they reprint sleeve boosters. Like, there'll be more of them.
Maybe.
Like, if I were selling one Pokemon today, it'd be Moonbreon.
That's great. I bought one 2 weeks ago.
You got a buyer and a seller. Make it happen.
Shout out to Stacks. But anyway, all right.
Stacks' channel will be pinned below.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Every week, baby.
All right. So if you own Pokemon or if you're looking for Pokemon, you may want to start looking for the reprints that are coming out. And
good on Pokemon for reprinting stuff people want. Like,
Yeah.
that's awesome. Good for them.
Listen, it's ugly to open up a $300 box of Evolving Skies right now. It's a
Every box has a Moonbreon.
Yeah. All right, move on. Metazoo announced this week. Welcome to the Metazoo Minute, everyone. Metazoo announced a. There were some comments last week about not having a Metazoo Minute.
Can you please start introducing every section with "Welcome to the whatever"? That'd be great. You'd be
Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Metazoo Minute section. If you're just joining us here, we've been talking about. I'd be a great doorman. You think there's anybody hiring?
No. I'd hire you to be a doorman.
Yeah. Hey, welcome to our building. The entrance continues this way. $1.25 million tournament at not MegaCon. What's the con? Comic-Con in New York.
Wait, Collecticon or Comic-Con? Like Comic-Con's gonna be where their thing is.
The big one, right?
Yeah.
But leading up to that, there's a bunch of $50,000 tournaments.
Yes.
I think there's 6 of them. I think
there's a lot.
Yeah. 8 total things. This is called Towers, everyone. If you hear Metazoo Towers.
Are different.
We should introduce what we're talking about because you haven't.
Okay, we're talking about the tournament scene, which Louis clearly did not know at all.
I said it multiple times.
Okay. So in order to qualify, let's go over the big prize first, and we'll go over the smaller tournaments first. Then we'll go to the smaller tournaments. The big prize is $1.25 million. Josh is quitting his job to go playing it. Shout out to Josh.
That was my joke.
I know. His joke. Why would you take his take?
Because I knew that. Your reaction.
The only thing that I wanted.
I know.
I asked for permission earlier. Everyone, Josh is quitting his job. Finally, quitting his job to pursue his career in competitive TCGs. It's been a long time.
Competitive Metazoo.
Yeah. It's been a long time coming. But Josh is gonna. He's asked for it. He's asked Metazoo to invest in the playability of the game. So here they have his opportunity.
Oh my god! This joke was funny. Like 5 seconds. This joke was funny 2 minutes ago. Now it's dead.
Well,
okay, so let's.
The 6 other players are a little offended by your.
Oh my god!
George.
Please. So please be nice to other people, Josh. So let's talk about how Josh can qualify for the $1.25 tournament. So Josh, how do you qualify? I'll help you. You have to go play at an MPN store tournament.
Any of
them, which is, I think, a awesome thing that Metazoo does. If you want to play in the tournament that's $1 billion, quadrillion, you have to go support your LGS. There was some talk about should you allow it online, and Mike was like, no, I support the LGS. So if you want to go qualify for the tournament, guess what? You get to go play in an LGS.
Love it.
I also love it because that means, like, listen, if you're Josh and your local store doesn't carry Metazoo because they're stupid or brilliant, I'm sorry, you can go to your LGS and say, hey, go carry Metazoo, and they will probably pick it up for you. Then you can do a tournament and you're qualified. So that is the big tournament. There are also smaller tournaments. These are called towers. There's going to be 6 towers, I believe, and they're going to each have, I think, a $50,000 prize, and they're going to be based on geography. And there's also going to be special cards, special promos, and special trophies for the towers.
And one of them, they haven't announced what it is, and I'm guessing it has something to do with Europe or overseas.
That's my gut too. The thought of Asia.
Yeah.
There's one at the Mothman. There's a couple events at the Mothman Festival.
Mothman Festival, shout out!
I thought of you. They're leaning into cryptids again, which I think is good. What?
I will be at the Mothman Festival one.
At the tournament?
Yeah, maybe.
You gaming?
Yeah, I could play my.
You even game, bro?
I am knocking you out of that tournament.
You coming? You can stay at my house.
I'm playing on the
don't
whole circuit.
It floods.
Hey, I don't want to stay as long as I don't stay in your basement.
You got a place to play, and you can qualify at my store.
Bring Tanner's van, and all 3 of you can go together.
Hot tub stream. 3 dude hot tub stream.
Too. All 4. God.
Oh my god.
That'd be the content.
That would be amazing content.
I'm in.
I'm all in.
Yeah.
I get in the hot tub.
I'm out. Congratulations. Never mind. I was about to not be kind to those around me.
I think this is cool. I get excited about stuff like this. I was actually like, I was a little bit frustrated that they hadn't come out with an announcement, because they had kind of said this last year. They had promoted it. I was like kind of frustrated all year. When are you going to announce it? And it's cool to see. Like, I was anticipating that they would announce it and it would start like January, February. It's cool that they gave like some timelines for people to plan this. Like,
and they floated Comic-Con last year.
They what?
They floated the Comic-Con tournament last year.
Gosh, should I go to Comic-Con? I kind of want to go. I kind of always wanted to go to Comic-Con.
Great. What do you want us to say to that? Like, how do you want us to interact with that comment?
It was a question. Should I go to Comic-Con?
You can do it. I believe in you.
Yeah. Like, can you describe Comic-Con in the same detail as you described the sorcery video?
I saw the sorcery video. I've never seen Comic-Con.
I'll send you a video. I want to see some descriptions next week.
I think this is cool. I think it's awesome. I think if you are a competitive card player, if you can do that, like if you are somebody that thinks competitively like Josh, and you are a talented individual, you should go spike all these tournaments and try to win. You should try to win. Like, there's no excuse. Like, there's $1 million on the line. Like, everyone who's been like, Metazoo's the easiest game ever should go win the tournaments. Like, that's my take. You should go win the tournaments. What? That's what you're doing, isn't
it? Has the take ever been Metazoo's the easiest game ever, or I don't have anyone to play against?
There's been some conversation of like, your game's easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up on that one.
Let me tell you something. If you have I have played basically every new TCG. If you think Metazoo is easy, you've never played Metazoo.
Yeah.
Like that. Like, there's fair criticisms of every game. Metazoo is not an easy game.
Yeah.
I want to see you spike those tournaments.
Yeah, big boy, go win it for us, will you, Josh?
Spoiler alert,
Josh.
That's not going to happen.
You should go win the Metazoo tournament and come back with the promo and the $1 million and just rub it in our faces. Like, that's the only play.
This is a terrible section. This has gone terrible.
That's the best play for you.
If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything.
Okay.
I learned that last week, Josh. Thank you for reminding me.
No, man, like, I don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get this.
What don't you get?
Why are we leaning into organized play? That's not what we do best. That's not our thing.
You can't beg them to care about the card game side of this and then criticize them for putting money into the card game side of this. You
can care about the card game side of it without it being the highest paid competitive tournament.
Oh, so you're just upset that the other games aren't paying as much?
Yes, you figured it out. You saw the forest for the trees. No, you jackalope. You absolute buffoon.
God, jackalope's a great word.
Wow,
shout out to Josh. Shout out to Josh. That's a great word.
Jackalope is a creature in Metazoo, so obviously you get it.
See, I do. And not only am I going to spike the tournament, I'm doing it with this. Louis, I believe you sent me this a long time ago. No, it's the Goblins one. I have it sleeved because you told me you and me were... Yeah, probably.
Wow.
You told me you and me were going to play Metazoo. I opened the box, I sleeved it up, and we never played Metazoo. And that's when I learned the people who talk about Metazoo don't play Metazoo.
That's on you. I've played a lot. I just think, like, if you go to these scenes, which you don't, like, you're not going to do it because you have a kid. You can't do it. But, like, if you go...
Let's get one thing clear. If I did not have a kid, I would not go.
That's a mistake. You could win $1 million.
It's
like parents aren't allowed to play the tournament. I'm sorry.
It's just not my cup of tea, and that's okay. I like collecting the product, and I think that's what it does best at. That's where it shines. It's great for that. I want to lean into that.
I have pumped this. Now I'm going to criticize this. If I see a picture,
welcome to KitchenTableTCG, everybody.
This is just it, Mike. If you still listen to the podcast, I kind of get the feeling you don't, but if you still listen to the podcast,
I bet he does.
This is just a friendly reminder to have, when you get the big check printed, have it printed with the amount of money that the check's for instead of writing it with a Sharpie where you can't see the amount of money on the picture.
You are so wild. Nobody cares about that.
No, like the picture wasn't like they had the
Marketing
picture.
does.
They had the picture of them winning the money, and you give them $1 million. It's the biggest tournament ever, and you can't see the amount of money on the picture because they didn't have it printed.
Sharpie.
No, it was printed with a Sharpie. Like they got to have it printed. It's just a friendly reminder to Mike to include that in the graphic design of the check.
Big checks are cool. Listen, big checks are
really
marketable. Cool. Big checks
Okay,
get eyes.
Here's the thing, Mike. If you don't make the big check a playable cards, they have to determine either to cash the check or to play the check. I don't know what we're doing here.
And remember the Office episode where they raise like $500 for rabies awareness, and then
that was such a great episode.
The check
the
cost
Office
like
was so good.
$250 or something.
Office was so good.
So good. You could not do it in today's day and age.
No,
my wife and I caught a couple episodes last week, and we were like, "Oh!"
I'm rewatching like,
"Oh,
this was a show of the time."
Yeah, Seinfeld's wild too. They're like
Seinfeld could never be aired today.
There's some comments that are just said casually, and you're like, "Oh, ugh."
Love it.
Even Friends.
Even Friends.
Yeah. All those shows. It's so funny. Anyway, so the big check thing, fix that. But other than that,
make it a playable card.
That would be sweet.
God, that'd be awesome.
I hope that I think they hopefully learned a lot. Like the check thing's a great example. I hope they learned a lot last year at their tournament. There was a lot of feedback on a lot of things that they were suggested they do differently. So I hope that they figure those out for the tournament.
The only complaint I really heard was a check-in process, and like that, that's not like it's your first tournament.
Right.
Like,
that's what I'm saying. I hope they learned from those things. And
I'm sure they did. It was their first tournament.
Yeah.
Cool.
And listen, I was being a smartass, and I get that, and that's content because we can't all just say the same thing over and over again. But it is nice to see you are correct. The statement of them leaning into an aspect of the TCG and spending the money there, that is a good thing. Like, do I think it's what the game does best? No, but this is a positive, and this is a good thing. But we can't all just talk about the great things all the time. Someone's got to be the jerk.
Louis.
Yeah, normally it's Louis. Today it's me. Like, here we go.
So interesting. I'm very curious for people who are playing in these tournaments. Leave a comment section. Let us know what you're planning on. I don't know the release schedule of that. I assume kind of throughout the towers you'll have more releases with native and kind of that kind of thing.
There's 3 releases this year, I think.
Yeah.
There was some debate if the 4th release. There was one set in December. There was some debate if that was a comic or if that was a set.
Yeah.
And the arcade comes out this year too. Shout out to the arcades.
Dope. I'm gonna get an arcade for the background.
I got a Mortal Kombat 2 machine I should put in the background.
Nice.
Do you really?
Yeah.
I have a Road Kings pinball machine from a long time ago.
That's cool. I think I'm getting a South Park pinball machine.
Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking jealous. Are you
Love
kidding
the
me?
South Park game.
I want one so bad. I want that or
Not
Star
expensive.
Wars.
South Park is a pretty cheap game. It's pretty good.
I think it's a couple grand.
Yeah, it's like $2 to $3 grand.
Mm-hmm.
Probably there's multiple of them.
I think there's
so bad.
There's one South Park pinball machine. I think
I've always wanted South
Yeah.
Park and
It's an older game.
Star
It's great.
Wars.
So South Park is a great game because it's not a very hard pinball. So it's like very wide ramps.
Yes.
And like it's a really good game for like people to play. Like some of the new games are just like, oh look, there's 85 ramps, 25,000 settings.
Yeah,
digital pinball doesn't feel as cool. I want it to
pinball is the worst thing society has ever created.
And in that vein, the greatest pinball machine ever printed in the history of humanity is the Medieval Madness pinball machine.
I mean, absolutely.
It's got mechanical towers that flop
100%.
Around. It's
100%.
beginner friendly. It's got
Why are you not buying that one?
I have one
because it's like 25 grand.
Oh yeah, they're expensive.
They
have the new ones. They have the new ones that
okay.
expensive.
No, the original Medieval Madness pinball. I am so passionate about this.
Chicago
this is
remade it, and Chicago remade it better.
Should we have a pinball minute on this podcast all the time and get into pinball?
Me and my wife used to go out and just grab a beer and play pinball for a couple hours.
I got my Toy Story coming next week.
Together.
My wife
got my Toy Story coming next week from
or play pinball.
Jersey Jack.
All right, buy a pinball machine. It's decided.
It is decided.
I gotta fix. I gotta fix my Road Kings. The button doesn't work, like the start button.
Oh,
I've had to fix it. It was my dad's, and then he didn't know what he was doing with it, and so he let it blow up. and then he gave it to me when I went to college. I had it in my college, like in the common area, and so it got destroyed there too. I fixed it, and then it got destroyed, and then it didn't really survive the move to West Virginia, and then it was in my attic, which isn't like the best place to put a pinball machine.
No.
So anyway,
Hi.
it's got some work to do. Oh, is the baby coming?
Baby's coming.
All right, baby can close the
Fine,
podcast.
We're ending the podcast, so I'll take the baby. My daughter is awake. I heard her a couple seconds ago, and God bless my amazing wife for taking care of her while she screamed. Hi.
Oh, look at her baby.
That's it. That's the podcast. I'm done. I got
everyone.
stuff to do.
May the zoo be with you. Remember, be kind to the people around you. Thanks for watching. Hit subscribe. Make sure you check out the comment section where we tag stacks and
And get roasted.
get roasted weekly.
I don't read the comments. I don't believe you guys read the comments.
So
week
much
was rough.
fun. It's
You
so
guys-
much fun.
You guys send me these comments that are so mean to you. Why do you read this?
I thought last week was
I had
so
to
much
ask my
fun.
wife. I was like, "Are you gonna leave me?" Because this guy said that you were gonna leave me in the comment section. She said no. She was like, "No, there's no truth to that comment."
I
was
think
like,
some
"Thank
guy asked to fight me, essentially, like
Same guy.
soft suggested to fight me,
Yeah.
which was wild on the
And
internet.
you guys
in
get enjoyment from
TCG
reading
space.
this?
God." No,
Yeah, I thought it
not.
was hilarious.
I
I
don't.
did. I thought it was hilarious.
I don't. I let him go straight to my heart, and I have to talk to my wife about it. So,
I called
congrats,
Lee, he
comment
cried, I
section.
consoled him.
You win. You get to me. You get to me. Comments. Anyway, everyone, be kind to the people around you, unless you're in the comment section, and
Please be nice to them, Louie. They're people too. Thank you.
and may the zoo be with you.
And also with
And
you,
also
Louie.
with you.